Welcome back to the Weekly Mash, your favorite hangout where dark twists and romance collides. Today we are diving into the shadows with H.J. Synn, author of the upcoming dark romance Twisted Fates. This one is not your average love story. We have therapy, murder, mafia obsession, and an enemies to lovers dynamic that might just destroy us all. We will see. HJ, welcome to the show. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your book, and then we'll jump into some fun questions.
I feel like you just did it beautifully for me. Oh my gosh. I just felt so official. Like you said, I'm H.J. Synn. I am the aspiring author for Twisted Fates, a dark romance about a FMC who is a therapist by day and serial killer by night. You could say she's a femme fatale vigilante type, if you will. And her worlds collide with the Mafia don Enzo Salvatori. So it's full of lust, obsession, and just downright unhingedness.
Just what we like.
Books like seriously, it's like just up our alley.
Mhm.
And it's funny because it's giving kind of like yes and no, but Butcher and Blackbird vibe with like the serial killer double lives thing.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to get Miranda to read Butcher and Blackbird forever, and she won't read it.
We'll get there.
It's so good.
I love books like that.
I'll get there eventually. Yes. All right. Let's get into it. What inspired you to create Andi Carmichael, our therapist by day and vigilante by night powerhouse?
Okay, so get deep real fast here. Andi is a sexual assault therapist, and that has a very deep rooting with me. I mean, day to day, we cannot take our own actions into our own hands, but to be able to unleash absolute chaos and allow the character that I built to do that for me gave me so much power back to myself. And I hope like when the readers read it, that it gives them that power back as well, because there are some events that we can't control in life, but to have that femme fatale character do it for us just kind of created some worthiness back in you, girl.
That's amazing that you were able to do that.
I think it's so cool that authors get to like, live vicariously through their character, you know, because, well, this is the second one today where we've had this, where you have a trauma and, like, you can't go out and be the vigilante at night, so you find somebody else who can do that for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry. Not the situation, but...
No, I get what you...
No, super cool. To follow up about Andi, what was the hardest scene you had to write without spoiling anything? Whether it was emotionally or just because it refused to cooperate?
So, any of her actual therapy scenes where she's meeting with the clients, while a lot of those events are completely made up, there's still the realism behind that there are women that are going through this and having to really dig deep into how they felt when these situations occurred, and the helplessness was really hard to write. But then it helped, have her go back and finish the job for them. But those were really hard. And I will say, I mean, it's enemies to lovers, so we know it's going to have its ups and downs. Overall, like the pining scene that I have for the main male character, Enzo, that is what took me weeks to write, because I could not get it down to where he wasn't sounding like a whiny boy or something else. Like, I was like, I needed to show the obsessiveness that he has with her, and not that he's just like, woe is me. Like, where did she go? So that took forever to write.
Yeah, that sounds like a really difficult balance to try to figure out just the right amount of, like, that angst going on in there. Definitely.
It was, but we finally got it down because, hey, we're ready for beta readers. So we got it down.
So
cool. So exciting.
Reason number, 587 why I would be a terrible author. Because I would just expect everybody to know that he's not being a whiny baby, and this is how I wanted him.
You're so funny. Goodness. We as I'm sure all of the readers that will eventually get to enjoy your book, we love how unapologetically dangerous Andi is. But you mentioned Enzo, so what do you think makes their relationship so compelling, even though it's laced with vengeance, secrets, and maybe some blood?
There's most definitely blood. So the biggest thing is what I try to put in there was they are almost like a mirror reflection of each other, where like the yin to the yang, and where Andi is so full on with seeing it and accepting it. Enzo's this very controlled, has to be in charge person, and he's not wanting to go to this complete darker side of him that's unhinged. So that tug and pull between them is just constant because she's more willing to just go completely off the rails, and he's like, I have an empire. I'm not burning the world down just because you're some woman I'm obsessed with, which is not what we're used to when it comes to the dark romances. Normally we're wanting the I'm going to burn the world down, but realistically, a mafia don of a syndicate is not just going to throw away his entire empire for this nice piece of, so actually seeing the realism of their complicated relationship and him. Oh, almost said a spoiler, sorry. Because I'm just fresh on the last chapters today. So like that end of it is really fresh.
It's gotta be so difficult not to just like word vomit because you've been so like deep in it, and then to just like not let it out.
Because it's like you don't want to spoil it because I need people to read it.
Yeah.
But I want to tell somebody at the same time. This is what I have my husband for. He has to listen to it.
Yes.
I do this a lot, and I get so excited for a lot of these books, and it puts me in. Okay, be honest. Did you ever think that writing something, or did you ever write something that shocked even you? Like you finished the scene and just stared at the screen, like, I'm gonna need him.
It's actually my favorite scene from the whole book. But when I tell you, I finished that and I was like, did I just write that? Did I just put that into words? Like, and then the fact that I'm like, okay, you know what? Fine, sure, people can read this, whatever. But when I tell you it is my favorite scene, I let a few people in my Discord indie author group, I sent it as like, hey, you want to like read something really unhinged? And they were like, of course. And the replies back were like, no, you didn't. And I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
That's why I just sent it.
Like, I warned you up front. This was not normal.
Well, that's awesome, though, because that's what readers love to get their hands on. So I think you'll have something really good going for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I know, right? We saw a playlist for Twisted Fate. How did music influence your writing process? And are there any particular songs that are pure just Andi and Enzo energy?
So when I first started writing it, I'm a big music person. Like I just like music on in the background in general. And I couldn't just listen to like Taylor Swift or something while writing this. Like, so on a normal basis, my music is more on the heavier metal side, and some of that kind of bleeds in, which you have like your typical Sleep Token, because you can't have dark romance without Sleep Token. It's just not a thing. So there's a lot of that, but also I just like played around on Spotify listening to different playlists and wondering which one vibed more with the direction I was wanting to take the book. And now I just have it on repeat when I'm writing, and just kind of like staring at a Pinterest board with your mood, like for the book. It's just a constant to keep me in the zone. But there is one, and it is Sleep Token. It is Dangerous from their new Even in Arcadia album, and it's their relationship perfectly because it's got that tug and pull of, oh, I keep wanting to say it. I keep wanting to say it, and I can't.
Miranda, you might have to wait until after the book comes out to release this episode.
Yeah, I know. We're like so close to spoilers. It's like, uh-oh.
We make this joke all the time that every time we interview somebody, we're like, keep talking. We'll keep this.
Yes.
Come on.
Uh-huh, exactly.
We'll keep secrets. Okay, let's play a game. We'll name a few moods, and you tell us which song from the playlist it matches the best.
Okay.
The moment Andi decides to take justice into her own hands.
Oh, now I feel like I need to pull up the playlist. Because I'm like, as much as I listen to it, justice into her. You know, most of the songs are about their romance and Kill versus Maine by Grimes. There we go. It's very like, while some of the lyrics are like, she says I'm just a man, but it's Grimes, so we're gonna let it be. But there's a constant like, it's very upbeat and almost energetic, and that's the energy that Andi has when she's going through these like almost like aphrodisiac highs of the kills. So I would say definitely Kill versus Maine.
Okay.
Now I can listen to
When Enzo sees Andi as more than just a threat for the first time.
Dangerous Sleep Token, 100%.
How about a scene so intense readers might actually throw their Kindle?
Oh, that's that one I was just talking about. Song, go with that one. I would say I'm gonna butcher. I'm not even gonna attempt to say the artist name, but it's Taste. But basically, like the lyrics are like, "I want a taste of you." We're gonna just let that innuendo slide in.
Okay, all right. And then softness, if that even exists in this book.
If I kept it in because I've edited that playlist, I would say Unholy. It's about as soft as it gets.
I like it. It's my kind of book, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. 5 stars without me even reading.
There you go.
I think.
I love that. Oh,
Much
goodness.
I'm too nice. Just kidding.
Gosh. Okay.
Hey, that's you. That's you.
Yes, that's me. I was just like doing that. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk process. So, are you more of a planner or a chaotic pantser when it comes to writing the intense scenes?
Chaotic pantser. Hands down. This whole book was not outlined. It was just like how some authors say that basically the characters are telling the story, just you're their vessel. It was basically like every day of, well, what are we gonna write now? How is it gonna go? Oh, it went this way. Okay.
That's how I think I would feel about what if I were to write. I would never write because you guys are amazing and my brain doesn't work like that. But if I were to write, I would just like sit down and start typing. And then like it might be a dark romance and then it would slowly transition into like a romantasy and then we're like back to dark romance and I'd be terrible.
I will say I initially started out with wanting to have the vibes of like a modern day Hades Persephone retelling. There is some of that vibe in there with certain context, but as a whole, the brain did not go that route.
Yeah. But you can't help that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, it was how it planned out. Like the ending that I sent to my editor for my first edits is not the ending that's in the second draft at all.
Oh.
It is a completely different ending. So she looked at that. She was like, I mean, I kind of felt the flow, and I sat on her editorial letter for about maybe 24 hours before I completely scratched 7 chapters and rewrote the book. So,
that's
like,
a lot.
It just keeps going. Going off the Pantser versus Plotter, for my on the side little vampire rom-com that I write when I need a palate cleanser, I've plotted that one out because I've needed like historical context from a vampire in medieval times and all of that. Yeah, Twisted Face was 100% Gone with the Wind.
Okay. Well, we gotta change this question a little bit because now Twisted Fates is finished with the second draft. So
yeah.
Are there any characters or plot points that surprised you along the way, which you kind of said with the end, something that changed completely from your original vision? Was there anything else besides the end?
Yeah, so a big second character in the book, her name is Piper. She's Andy's best friend since college. Originally, I had her more, not really proactive, but more accepting of Andi and her ways. But as of this last month, that is no longer the case.
All right.
Yeah, the development sounds interesting. I'm excited to see what the dynamic is between the characters now. So you mentioned beta readers are going to be able to sign up and read. What are you hoping that they focus on most? Do you want them to look at like the pacing, the spice, or the emotional damage, or just like everything as a whole?
Really and truly what I hope they can focus on is the like romance pace of it. Was there anything that I drew out too much? Honestly, if it's a constant tug and pull, that it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna give. They're two very dark characters. I will spoiler this, but there is no happily ever after. I mean, you have a serial killer and a mafia don. They're not going to ride off into the sunset with rainbows and butterflies. It's just not what it is.
True life.
Is there some little bit of like having to give up things in order to have the other? Absolutely. But what it is that they have to give up is not to be said. But I would hope that they could focus on that and letting me know, did I accomplish what hopefully is coming across to them? Whether it just be with like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did this comments, or like actually thorough, in-depth editorial type comments.
Telling you, when we're done right here, I'm going to your link and
go sign up.
Telling you.
I'm literally picking my betas next Sunday. So I'm giving all this week to like do the form, and then we're having, I put on there I think like 2 to 3 weeks, like 2 weeks to a month to like read it and do it. But really and truly, if more time is needed, more time is needed. I have a full-time job. Like, I have to do this when I can, and I understand other people have to do that too.
Miranda will have it done if she gets picked like 24 hours.
I don't know what it is.
I'm like 3 days.
I breeze through, and I do notice things too. So it's not like I'm just like skipping through the book and like I don't notice the small things. Like I've read arcs and I've noticed like typos and things. I don't know. It's
a fast reader.
Yeah, I'm just a fast reader.
She's always been. So when we were little, well, not little, when Harry Potter came out, she would be over on the couch and she would always read it first. She always had to read it first because she would be like, done in a day. And then I'd be sitting on the other couch and I'd have it after she was done. And she's like, what part are you? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm right here. And she goes, you're only right there. I'm like, yeah. And then like a couple hours later, she's like, what part are you at? And I'm like, well, I'm on this. Oh my gosh, Ashley, can you read fast? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm slow.
I didn't understand
and I still don't remember everything.
I get that readers are different. They do it differently. It's all good. But when I was younger, I just didn't get where you were coming from.
Yeah, now she gets it.
Yeah, now I get it.
Kind of. She kind of gets it. When we do our Wheel of Fate and we spin for our like regular episode and we pick a book, she'll like start it that day and I'll start it like later in the week. And she's like, well, where are you? And I'm like, I'm right here. Will you hurry up and get done? I'm like, I'm trying. Well, we gotta talk, even though we can't talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a turd.
I'll take it.
Okay, we're gonna play another game. It's easier though. Rapid fire question time.
Oh gosh, I think the music is easier.
No, this one's so much fun. I love rapid fire questions.
Okay.
I don't know why. So, first thing that pops in your head, there's not very many questions, but first thing that pops in one word to describe it.
Censored are we on this? Because I cannot control. We're good?
You're fine.
We're good.
Okay.
We're at 8. You could have heard our last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'm trying to be respectful, but when you say the first thing that pops in my head, and I'm thinking about...
You do you. Whatever it is. It's all good.
The last author we had, we asked what her, like, writing ick was, and all she said was slickful.
Yeah, so whatever comes to mind is all good.
We're an 18 and over show, so...
Okay.
Yes.
One word to describe Anne.
Unhinged, batshit crazy.
Love it. One word to describe Enzo.
Overly compulsive.
Morally questionable thing you still root for in the story.
Story as a whole is morally compromised. She freaking kills people.
I love it.
I love your
It's Weasley
reaction.
best
It's awesome.
the whole thing.
Dream casting. Who's your Andi and who's your Enzo?
Okay, so I don't have like movie casting, but I have like VAs, like voice actors and actresses.
Ooh.
So because I was on a Discord with Corvin King and he told me he could speak Italian, I was like, well, you want to be my Enzo?
Yeah.
And then he broke my heart with saying that he cost a pretty penny, and I was like, I'll save up.
But can we be friends and then not cost a pretty penny?
And then her name is Lyra. Her voice has this silkness to it that I feel she would still get the snarkiness of Andi, but it would have that like drawl to it that pulls the reader in. So
I feel like I've heard her somewhere.
I go on her lives every time just to listen to her. I will put her on the background and I just sit there and listen to what book she's doing.
I feel like I've heard, or maybe somebody else. Okay, favorite villain other than your
In the book?
just in
Ooh, favorite villain. Anakin Skywalker?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
And that's sad because he kills children.
I mean, he is a
You
villain.
wrote a book about somebody who kills people.
No. I have a better one, but it's a duo. It's the duo from Scream. Billy and what is it?
I'm just thinking of Skeet Ulrich's like actual name.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
and Matthew Lillard.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there you go. That has to top
Matthew
Anakin.
Lillard.
Matthew Lillard is the sweetest. Like, oh
man.
Which trope would you never write, or have you already broken that rule?
I don't do Sunshine and Grumpy. Sorry, to anybody that does that. And I've read books with it, and I didn't DNF them. I read through it, but I'm like the golden retriever and then the like black cat vibes. I'm just like, no, because there's always darkness to somebody. Like you can't be all like rainbows and shit. Like
I feel like if I read contemporary romance, which isn't very often, I like the Grumpy Sunshine or reverse Grumpy Sunshine. I don't like, I don't know, a lot of like a lot of tropes like give me the ick, like contemporary romance ones. And I feel like Grumpy Sunshine is like the only one that I can put up with. I think it's because I read a lot of dark romance.
Probably. Yeah.
That
makes sense.
I don't know. So yeah, I feel the same way, but only
miscommunications. I hate it in books, but it is deep into it. So that is one that I have already broken the rule of, is the miscommunication trope. Like, just
I was against miscommunication until I read Cedar James's Text Me Now.
Ooh, so good, so funny.
Really good. He was the second one we had on our podcast, and when I read I was super excited to read it because I was in a like contemporary romance, like rom-com stage. And I was like, and then I read it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to read anything that Cedar ever puts out as long as it's just like this, because it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So good.
Yep.
So good.
I agree.
So good.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, that closes out our questions. We are so happy that we had you on the show, HJ. We cannot wait for the chaotic, bloody, beautiful story that is your book coming out soon. Before we go, can you tell everybody where they can find you and where we can stay updated for your book and everything that you have coming?
So I have Facebook, Insta, and TikTok. I'm still trying to figure out the Instagram world and Facebook. TikTok has been a lot easier, but definitely TikTok is where I'll be posting most of the stuff. It's because it's where I'm most comfortable posting everything. But yeah, and just stay up to date on it. I post about pretty much a lot of writer humor because it adds in some good fluff in between posting about the book. But the book will be posted about a lot more now.
I love watching your TikToks because it's so.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Miranda doesn't have TikTok.
I know every time we do one of these and somebody's like, oh, I use TikTok more than everything. I'm like, man, I keep feeling like I'm missing out on something.
I'm telling you, you are.
Yeah.
100%.
It's a fun place to be.
I love TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, I get severe anxiety every time they threaten to take it away from me.
Same.
Yeah. And Instagram, Miranda mostly, like, runs. I always post our, like, TikTok videos over. But other than that, like, that's all Miranda. I just take over the TikTok one.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe I'll jump in there someday. I don't know. We'll see. All right, Ash, want to close us out here?
Okay, and to our weekly MASH listeners, go check her out. We'll tag everything that has to do with HJ below, all of her socials, the Twisted Fates playlist on Spotify, and get ready for a romance that might just ruin you in the best way. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye!